Okay, so I'm live now. I can't quite figure out how to charge my phone, so if this dies halfway through, it's not my fault. I'm just gonna test, like, before I go into any questions or anything like that. Let me know how the video and the audio sounds. Like, is it cutting out like it would in the mainland? So just let me know. I can see your comments pop up over my screen. So I'm sorry the screen is vertical. I fucked that up earlier, so I can't do it horizontally, so I apologize for that. So if someone could tell me, sounds fine, audio's okay, video's fine. I don't know, because again, like, I've never filmed in Taiwan, I've never used the internet in Taiwan, so just before we do it. But again, I apologize for the vertical video, I can't change it. It's all good. It's all good. Again, bear with me on the vertical video. Actually, here, if I try going horizontal, no, my phone's telling me that's not right. So, okay, so it seems to be working. It seems like you guys are saying that the audio and the video is fine, which is great. So already, what everyone has told me is true about Taiwan. Their internet is much, much, much better than the mainland. So, okay, gonna take it. Audio's fine, filming in person. Okay, so don't forget, if you guys want to send a super chat, and it'll pop up, and then I can answer your questions. I'm getting a lot of comments here. I'm going to try my best to answer them. But if you have a comment, or if you have a question that you really want answered, just don't forget to do the super chat. And again, guys, so right now I'm in Taiwan. I'm in Taipei. I don't need a VPN, which is why I guess this is working so well. But I just wanted to talk about, I don't know, sort of like I've only been here for a couple of hours, and I'm already seeing, like, massive, massive differences in how things are here. So yeah, no, guys, I am in Taiwan. So let me see if I can't. Sorry, the first couple of minutes of this is going to be a bit weird. Let me know if I change it to horizontal. Is that going to... Is this not working? Can someone tell me if that's not working? I've already disabled the rotation lock. It's just, because I did it before the stream, not working. Okay, so we're going to turn that back. There we go. Okay. So the thing is, before I start the stream, I had to turn off the lock for the horizontal lock, but I didn't do that, and I did it while I was streaming, but YouTube is just not having it. So it's just going to have to be vertical. I do apologize. Redo the stream. Whatever. We're just gonna get right into it. So I'm in Taipei right now. I have a job here with a company, and I'm going to start working on Monday, yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be living in Taipei or Taichung, but this is where I'm going to be for the next little bit. So yeah, so anyways, guys, I know it's probably like noon where you guys are, but if not, open up a beer and we can, talk about some of the differences here. So the reason I came to Taiwan in the first place was actually C-Milk and Winston's suggestions, because I didn't have that much of an idea of what Taiwan was going to be like, and I didn't really have any interest in it. I always kind of thought I was going to go to Japan, but C-Milk and Winston really kind of, I don't know, they really sold this place on me, so I figured I'd come and check it out. And it's, like, a lot of people say that Taiwan's super similar to mainland China. It's not. It's super, I don't know. Like, already I can see it's just right off the top of my head, it's cleaner. People drive a lot faster. I'm not sure why that is. Again, I can't really talk about it too much because I just got here. But they drive incredibly quickly here. It's insane. And the other thing I'm noticing is that people are a lot friendlier, and everyone I've spoken to so far, which is all of what, 10 people, every single one of them spoke perfect English, which is really, really weird. I'm not really used to that. Like, I would start a conversation in Chinese, and then it would just switch to English. Like I felt like kind of a dickhead. But yeah, I mean, those are for me the biggest things I've noticed. But again, if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna try and pick them out of the very quickly moving comments. But if you have one that you really wanted answered, just send me a super chat, and I will try and get to it. But yeah, so I'm gonna be here. If you guys missed my last video, I am gonna be here for a year at least, provided everything works out, and I will still be making videos on life in Taiwan, and I'll probably be focusing on how Taiwan is so different from China. I mean, even just getting onto the plane to come to Taiwan, people were already ridiculously nice. But I think, I'm not really sure why that is. They're just a lot more courteous. Like, if you get on a plane, like a domestic flight within China, from one Chinese city to another Chinese city, it's the loudest fucking plane you've ever been on. They're like chewing peanuts, like throwing it on the floor. It's just a party in that airplane. This flight to Taipei was the quietest flight I've ever been on. Not a sound. And you know, I couldn't figure out like how to work my tray, because I was in one of those weird airplane seats. We got the baby thing in front. I don't have a baby, but that's the seat I got. And I couldn't figure it out, and this guy like came over and like helped me, like not the crew, like just the passenger, and then we got to talking, and I mean, it was just like from that moment on, I could already tell that people were much nicer. Hey, Brown Eye just joined the group chat. What up, Brown Eye? I just saw Brown Eye last week, I think, when he was riding with Winston for a bit. So yeah, and someone just said I'm in the honeymoon period, and like obviously, you know, I've lived in China 4 years. I know what the honeymoon period is. I'm sure I'll be less enthusiastic about how things are here. I'm just trying to provide you guys with like my first impressions. Like coming from China and coming here, it's a lot different. Like I haven't seen, I know in Taiwan, I don't smoke, but I know in Taiwan you can't smoke inside. So I'm noticing this might sound weird, it smells different in Taiwan. It just smells clean, I guess. I'm not really sure. It's more of like a bleach smell. Everything is ridiculously clean here. And I'm not sure if that's because they don't smoke, but if you walk into a building in mainland China, it's just plumes of smoke. And it smells like America in the 1980s. That's what it smells like in mainland China. But Taiwan is a lot cleaner. Someone asked me, what am I doing with Kevin? Kevin, I left with my roommate because I didn't feel like selling Kevin. It just didn't feel right. One, he's not really worth that much. No one really want to buy him. The only reason I like him so much. Oh, Gav sent me 10. Is that pounds? Or is that? Yeah, it's pounds, I think. And he says buy some beers on me, and I thank you. I will definitely do that. Actually, these are my first beers I've ever had in Taiwan, and I'm still trying to figure out like how much things cost here, because I'm not used to the currency. So every time I look at the price of something, I had to go into my phone and figure out how much it is in Chinese RMB, and then I would buy it. So I walked into a 7-Eleven with like 10,000 new Taiwanese dollars, not knowing if that was enough, and it was way too much money. I walked in there with like someone's annual salary. So no, but the beers here are cheap. The other thing, Simo told me about 7-Elevens in Taiwan and how incredible they are. He's 100% correct. That the 7-Elevens here are amazing. You can't not, like, everything you can find. Even like I couldn't charge my phone because my phone was dead when I wanted to do this live stream. But I realized that I don't have it right here. But my Chinese phone thing that you plug into the wall doesn't work here, because I think these look like the same outlets we would use in Canada or America. It's the same thing, and I didn't have one. Walked into a 7-Eleven, bought one, no problem. Then I'm looking around the 7-Eleven, and they have everything. Eric, I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce your last name. If you have a question, make sure you attach it to the thing, otherwise I'm not going to see it. I also have to figure out, how do I... I'm just trying to figure out how I can get the super chats to show up longer, because if I miss a super chat, I can't see it. So, yeah. So no, 7-Elevens here are amazing. They're like a full-blown supermarket, but just sort of shrunken into the size of a 7-Eleven. You can buy anything there. But yeah, so someone keeps asking me the question, can you get access to Western TV shows in Taiwan? I have no idea. Skylinek83 says, where's my gay cowboy hat I'm expecting to collect? Funny. I left that cowboy hat in China. I bought like 100 of those. Every time I go to the beach, I buy one. But yeah, I don't know. That's another thing I'm really looking forward to Taiwan, is to see what their beaches are like. Because when I first moved to mainland China, the beaches were great. We would go a couple times every year, you know, me, Simo, all our friends. And, you know, we would go to the beach and ride there, and they were great because they weren't that populated. But now they're ridiculously developed. They're building these huge 5-star, incredibly expensive hotels everywhere, and the beaches are packed, and no one can swim, so no one's actually really in the water. It's lately, mainland beaches, at least around where I live, are not that great. I'm sure you can still find some hidden places. Matt Schmidt sends me $10 and says, enjoy. Thank you again. I wish you had a question. Yeah, no, but I'm excited to see Taiwanese beaches. But going back to the whole TV shows things, don't ask me too many questions about Taiwan, because I don't know yet, and I don't want to say something that isn't true, because I haven't been here long enough to really answer your questions. The only thing I know are my first impressions. Yeah, the other big difference is, can I buy a girlfriend in a 7-Eleven? Haven't talked to a girl in over a year. You could, maybe, I don't know. Another question says, Prozzy, this money is only for whiskey and hookers. Seriously though, how long are you gonna fuck? It went away, sir. Okay, so I think I cut the rest of that. Thank you for the beers and hookers, and I will be here for a year, because that's how long the contract is, and I got a job here. If any of you guys are interested in getting a job in Asia, search online, and there are thousands, tens and tens of thousands of jobs. It's no problem, but don't take the first job that they offer you. There's always going to be a better one. So it's actually pretty easy to find a job in mainland China. In Taiwan, I was actually surprised to see... Taiwan doesn't seem to have as many jobs online advertised, especially in places like Japan. In Japan, usually how it works is like, you need to be in Japan and then they'll hire you. So, but yeah, for Taiwan, compared to China, didn't have that many jobs online, but I ended up finding one out of the recommendation from Simo, because he used to live here. And I see someone said, I don't have a degree. Unfortunately, you won't be able to teach here because, and it's not because it's not the school. It's just visa regulations need you to have a degree. And if you guys watched ADV's video about visas, where there's new laws in China right now where if you want to apply for a visa, they make you notarize and authenticate your degree. So if you give them a fake one, they'll know, because you have to authenticate it in your... I don't really know how it works, but the thing is, though, about China, like, if you can fake a degree, they'll fake the notarization, they'll fake the authentication. So I don't know, I'll see how that goes. Taiwan's kind of similar, but I don't think they need you to authenticate it. I think you just come with your original degree. I haven't done the visa process yet, because... I actually don't really know how it works, because if you're Canadian American from the UK and Australia, you can come here visa-free, but you can't work. And I think you can only come here for like 30 days, or is it 60 days? I don't really know. So in a couple of days, I will get my working permit and my little ARC card. So I have all my paperwork here with me. I just haven't really dealt with it. Could you get a job only speaking English? In Taiwan, I don't know. In China, in mainland China, yeah. And if you go back and watch... Actually, for my Patreon, I have an early access video where I talk about that. So there's other jobs you can get in mainland China for sure if you're not speaking English, or that's not teaching English, but your first job in mainland China is definitely going to be teaching English if you don't speak Chinese. just because it's going to take you time to learn the language and learn the culture and all that kind of stuff. If you want to know about Wing, watch my last stream. But yeah. Tony asked me, do I ever come back to Canada? I only went back to Canada once, 2 years ago, I think. Maybe it was 2.5 years ago. And I mean, I liked Canada. I just never really... it's just too expensive to go back. Canada's ridiculously expensive, especially if you're living in Asia, because, you know, Canadians we make more money, but things are also more expensive. So for me to go home, I got to support myself for a couple of weeks, and it's just too much money for me. But yeah, no, so far, I mean, again, only been here a few hours, and everything's been great. The hotel staff are super, super sweet and really nice. I got to buy all the things that I need. The beer tastes good. I mean, it's not Taiwanese, to be fair, but it's all good. And the other thing I'm noticing is the streets aren't as wide as in China. This might shock a lot of you if you haven't done that much research on China, but because China's kind of communist, I don't know if that's actually the reason, but the roads in China are really wide, and the things like not bus stations, but train stations are just these grand, large mass squares, you know, and everything's just wide and huge. But in Taiwan, like, it looks like Japan outside my window right now, and it's really cool. The other reason why Taiwan looks a lot like Japan in a lot of places is that a lot of it was built by the Japanese, because Taiwan, it was called Formosa, and that basically was Japan for a number of years. So so far I'm liking the way it looks. I think one of the biggest issues people have with mainland China is that it looks like shit. Like, not the natural beauty, it's just the buildings look like shit. They don't look that good. My phone, can you just bear with me for 2 seconds? My phone's telling me I gotta charge. My phone has this weird thing where I can't, the charging bit in my phone is loose, and so I have to be really careful. Just bear with me. There we go. Okay. So, no, we're back. If I go out of YouTube, it stops, so I had to make sure my phone's charging. But anyways, back to what I was saying before. One of the things that a lot of people complain about China is the architecture just doesn't look that very good. It's concrete, it's gray, it's ugly, it's dirty. And Taiwan, you know, I'm not saying every building is good looking, but I definitely find it a lot more aesthetically pleasing. This is super cool for me. I've never actually done this kind of thing. I know it's fucked up because it's vertical, but I've never actually done a live stream where I didn't have to use a VPN, and no one's complaining about, like, lack of or the audio's messing up or the video's messing up. This is working flawlessly, and I'm super happy about it. But again, like I said in the beginning, hopefully some of you guys are out there enjoying some beer with me. Again, don't forget the super chats if you want me to answer some of your questions. I'm trying to catch them, but you guys talk really, really fast. But yeah, so again, the other thing, for those of you that are watching now, and I mentioned it in my last video, I think. Well, it's on Patreon now. It'll come out in a couple of days, but I don't know how frequently I'll be releasing videos, just because I had to leave my computer back in China because I couldn't put it on the airplane. It was too heavy. So I'm gonna have a friend ship it to me, and then I'll be able to edit. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to take these like really shitty videos and edit terribly. And Skyline Ek 83, am I saying that right? Doesn't sound like I'm saying that right. Says, where do I donate to Prazi's Hooker Funds? I think you donate it here. But yeah. So, yeah, I think that's, someone just pointed that out, like, no computer, just do more live streams. I think that's probably how it's gonna work, just because I can't really release content because I can't edit. So I'm probably going to do more live streams like this, and the more I do these live streams, the better I'll get at it. So, so yeah. Also, in the comment section of my videos, if you guys have any suggestions for things you want me to talk about, or something you want to, like a question you want answered, let me know. and I'm going to try making a video about that. I got loads of ideas and loads of things that I'm sure will happen, but let me know if you guys have something you want to talk about, or something you want me to talk about in the comment section in one of my videos, because it's always good to hear from the subscribers about what they want, and then I can shape a video around that. The other thing too, really quickly, is that I can't see what battery life my phone has, and I also don't know if it's charging because my phone's fucked up. So if it dies all of a sudden, that's not my fault. Skyline again 83 says, so where's Poppy? I don't know. I feel kind of bad because I kind of made fun of her a little bit, like poking a bit of fun on one of my videos, and then she's just passed me in subscribers, and she's a lot more successful than me, so I gotta hand it to her. I mean, congratulations. I guess a lot more people are into that kind of videos. And someone asked me about the girl that was in Shanghai. That's Lucy. I was actually just talking to her on WeChat, like just before the stream, and I had to shut her up because I had to do this. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this will be on my, I don't think, so when you do a live stream, you have a choice between keeping it, like, just for you guys to watch, or I can stick it online for everyone to see, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because I don't know how well this is going to go. But yeah, so the other things I'm noticing about Taiwan is just, like, it's a lot more regimented here. Like, you're going to get, it seems like people aren't doing whatever they want. There seems to be a lot more awareness for other people. I don't really know how to explain that in a different way, but it's just cleaner, right? Like, I was walking around and I had like a receipt in my hand, and in China you just fucking throw it on the floor. No one cares. But I didn't know what to do with it because I'm in Taiwan, and I felt there's like that societal pressure on you to like be good. And I just couldn't, I didn't know what to do with the receipt, and I couldn't find a trash, so I just have all this trash in my pocket because I feel too bad to throw it out. But yeah, I don't know, that's another thing I'm noticing. I think probably the thing I'm noticing the most is the amount of petrol-powered scooters and motorcycles that are just lining the streets. They are everywhere. And I love that. I'm super excited. Actually, one of the bikes I want to get is a KTM, not a KTM, I don't have enough money for a KTM, a Kimco KTR, I think it's called? I don't know. It's just like a 150cc, 125 bike, I can't remember. And I saw one and I was really excited. But that's one thing I'm really noticing is there's everyone rides here, and I can't wait to get my hands on a bike. I'm super excited about that. But because I've had other KTMs before, and they've worked really, really well. So I think once my job gets settled in, and I have a bike and an apartment and everything's moved in, then the ball starts rolling, and then I can get back to normal life finally. But all than that, and yes, Kimco is from Taiwan. All in all, though, like, I'm really excited to be here. I love moving to a new place, and it's been 3 years since I've actually moved to a different city. I lived in Huizhou for 3 years, and now I finally get to move here. I'm super excited. I'm also a little bit stressed out and tired because I've been traveling all day long, and I don't know how it's going to work. Stephen Thomas sends me $2. Thank you, Stephen. I really appreciate that. Again, guys, if you're going to send a super chat, I really appreciate it, but ask a question. Ask something, like, again, because everyone's asking me questions on the thing, but they go by so quickly I can't really see them. So send a super chat, and I'll try and answer your question. But if you send me a super chat with just money in it, with no question, I don't know, I feel kind of, it's a bit cheap, you know. Yeah, so super chat is basically, I don't really know how it works, but you plug in, so it's supposed to show up on my screen longer, and you put, like, I think it's a minimum of $1 or something, and then I see it, but so I have to pay extra attention when they come up, because I don't know why it's not doing this on my phone, but on a computer normally it would work. Someone asked me, do I know M13 or More Death 13? I watched his videos years ago. Tactical Lolly sends me $2 and says, "Take our money, Daddy." Will do, my son. Yeah, no, I know M13. He's been making videos for years and years and years and years. He was actually the original, I'm pretty sure, I think I'm right on this. he was the original moto vlogger. Like, he was the guy that would fucking, like, just tape a camera to his helmet, like, before there was GoPro. And Skylineac83 sends me another super chat that says, "You willing to moonlight on a white monkey job?" What does that mean? Moonlight on a white monkey job? Does that mean, like, am I willing to get a white monkey job? I don't know if they even have them in Taiwan. I've done white monkey jobs in Huizhou. I actually did a commercial for, like, eyeglasses or something. It was the most embarrassing fucking thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm trying to get that commercial from that production company to show it on YouTube, because it's so embarrassing. But I don't know about Taiwan. I don't know if there's white monkey jobs here or not. But anyways, yeah, back to M13. He was the original moto vlogger, so I always watched him. But his channel, he had a really big accident where he crashed his scooter, or was it his motorcycle, and he just dropped like fucking 20 feet. He like lost a bunch of his fingers, like almost died, was in hospital for ages. And since then, his channel has really tanked in views. People don't really watch him that much, but he is definitely, I think, one of the bigger YouTubers as far as sub count is concerned in Taiwan. But he was the first one. He was the first one to do moto vlogs, and now we've got loads. You've got loads like what's his name there? Riding with Tom in Australia, Jake the Garden Snake, and 6 Foot Honda or whatever. There's so many out there, but I'm trying to stay away. I love doing moto vlogs, but I'm trying to stay away with it just because it limits how much you can edit and limits how much you can do with the video. So I'm trying to stay away from that. But Jeff Davis says, "Have the next drink on me." Thank you. Again, I really wish you asked me a question there. But again, thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it, and I will definitely put that money to good use. Cheers, Jeff. That one's for you. You can make money just for being white and taking pictures and going to events. Probably. I did that for a bit. I worked for, like 4 years ago when I was still living in Hunan, I had this job where they were selling Canadian ice wine. If you don't know what Canadian ice wine, it's just like kind of really expensive wine where they wait until the grapes are frozen and then they make the wine. I don't really, I'm not a wine guy, I don't know. But it was fake ice wine, and they wanted me to go to this event and pretend like I was the wine guy. Tactical Lolly, just before I continue on that story, Tactical Lolly sends $2 and says, "How much is a hotel there for one night?" I don't know. I don't remember what I spent. I think I'm staying here for 1, 2, 3 nights, and I spent 1,600 RMB, I think, which is more than my flight, actually. And that's in Taipei. I think it's that much money. I don't know what that is in American dollars or in New Taiwanese dollars. I have no idea. I don't know. And that's not for one night. That's for 3 nights or something. But I don't know. Again, I'm still getting used to Taiwanese money. It's the first time I haven't even looked at the money yet. I don't know like how it works or what things cost. Like, I don't know. I just went to the 7-Eleven with a buttload of cash and bought my beer. So the flight from Shenzhen was only 800 RMB, I think. So yeah, I mean, for me it's cheap. I think if you're flying from America, it's obviously going to be significantly more expensive. So 800 RMB, so you're looking at $100, less than that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because the American dollar, I think, is really strong right now, and the Canadian dollar is like kind of in the floor. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how the conversion works. But I think I'm going to limit this stream to about 40-45 minutes, just because I got to get some sleep, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing some walking around. I'm going to be doing some filming. I'm debating on doing maybe a bit of a subscriber meetup in Taipei. Problem with that is I don't even know if I have subscribers in Taiwan. So tomorrow, I mean, again, I don't have to start work until Monday rather. So I'm going to be doing a lot of walking around, a lot of exploring, try not to get lost, and shooting, and try not to get in trouble, because I feel like I'm having a really hard time being like a person in Taiwan. I find myself with my Chinese characteristics, like I don't spit, but like sometimes when you get a little koshue or a little bit of, how do you say that in fucking English? Saliva. Sometimes you do it, or with the trash thing, or like the, not saying thank you or whatever. Like I'm having a really hard time, kind of just adjusting to normal, civilized life. But yeah, no, you can ask questions. I see them. I just can't answer them because they're going so quickly. I've obviously, it's ironic because I just saw that. But that's why super chats are so good. They're not though because I can't really see them. Yeah, so someone asked me if I can read the traditional signs in Taiwan. I can't. If you guys are going to move to Macau, Hong Kong, a little bit of Guangzhou, and Taiwan, they don't use simplified Chinese characters. They use traditional Chinese characters, which are a lot more difficult to read. I can't read them. Even like on the Taiwanese map, they don't even have the same pinyin. It's completely different. Like Taichung is spelt weird, and so I thought, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to learn how to read. Learning to read Chinese is quite difficult. It takes years and years and years to learn how to read Chinese. And the same thing with writing. I don't know any foreigner in Chinese that can write. In China that can write. I'm sure there's people there that can write, but that's fucking insane. I wouldn't, if you're going to learn how to speak Chinese, that's great. I say go for it. But don't bother learning how to write. I've never, ever, ever come into a situation in China where I've had to write Chinese. It just hasn't really come into, I don't know. I just haven't had to do it. But reading's good because oftentimes if you go to a restaurant, especially in, I haven't been to a restaurant in Taiwan yet, but oftentimes in mainland China, hipster belt, I notice you. What about when you're buying stuff at the market? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't know because I can't read. So, if you're going to a restaurant, and there's no pictures. I mean, you're fucked, right? You're just gonna have to kind of point and get whatever they bring you. But even that doesn't work because oftentimes they'll ask you a question like, "Do you want it this way?" And if you don't speak Chinese, it's kind of difficult. So, here, I don't know. I'm hoping there's just pictures on everything because I can't read traditional Chinese at all. Some of the characters are similar, so I can kind of read them. Like Zhong, that character, like middle is the same. It's the same thing, so I can read that. That's no problem. And yeah, you guys are asking me a lot of questions about Taiwan. I don't know. Like someone's asking, is banking difficult? I have no fucking idea. I've just got here. But in China, banking is not. It's not difficult within China, but Chinese money is fucking monopoly money. It's so hard to move out of China, or even like. Just like transferring money out. So what I had to do is I had to take out all my money in China in cash, bring it across, like bring it to the airport, and then fly it over. And then I had to change it in Taiwan. So I'm just walking around with wads of cash. It sucks because PayPal, all that kind of stuff, it doesn't happen in China. It's really difficult. And yeah, someone says, when do I plan on moving back to China? I don't think I'll ever live in China again. Not because I hate it. Not because I hate it. I like China a lot, but I don't see myself. I don't really see myself going back there. I got what I came for. It was a good ride. 4 years. I know the culture. I can speak a bit of the language, but I'm satisfied. So I'm prepared to go somewhere else. So I'm gonna, spend time here in Taiwan. Do my year contract if I like it. I might stay longer. If not, I'll probably look at Japan and see how things go. But I honestly probably would be back in Canada if it wasn't for YouTube and especially Patreon. I don't make a lot of money on YouTube and Patreon, but there's been times when the money I've made has like honestly saved my life because the lack of jobs. But yeah. Cheers, guys. I'm gonna give you guys the 5-minute warning. So if you really want to ask a question, send me the super chats and I'll answer them. But I'm gonna do 5 more minutes and then I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. But the other thing, because the other thing too is because I've been able to work late shifts in mainland China, so I could go like till 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, but I wouldn't have to work until late the next day. It was fine. I'm so used to just being a night person because I fucking hate the mornings. I'm not a morning person at all. So I will, go to bed whenever I want. But now in Taiwan, I work 6 days a week and I start at 9 o'clock for those 6 days. So I really have to change my schedule around, and at least my sleep schedule, and get back to being a normal person. But the problem is that I've never been a normal sleeping person. Like when I was 18, I started working in a bar, so I'm going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and then waking up at 7 in the morning to go to college. And now, in China, I've always worked late, so I've just never, like, for the last 10 years, I've never had a normal sleeping schedule. So it's going to be weird for me to be a morning person, which I'm not. Again, someone keeps asking where Kevin is. I answered that. Oh, hi, Prozzy. Keep making more awesome videos. Do you know a website where I could find work in China without getting scammed? Yes, so thank you, Vico. I couldn't quite get your name there before you went away. But thank you for liking my videos. I really appreciate that. Where can you find jobs online without getting scammed? That's a good question. Probably the biggest website out there. There might be a bigger one nowadays, but the one I always used to use was daveseslcafe.com. So type that into Google, daveseslcafe.com. Most of the jobs on there are totally fine, but when you say getting scammed, no one's scamming you per se. There's still a job there. They're not going to fly you to China and just fucking leave you at the airport. That doesn't make any sense. The issue with it is that they might not give you everything that they promised in the advertisement, or even the things that they promised in the contract. And I've worked loads of jobs where they said, you're going to have this. Even my first job in China, I was working at the university, and they said, you're going to get this apartment, and I asked them for pictures, because I didn't really, it's China. They sent me pictures. I showed up, it was a hotel. And I lived in a hotel for a year, and I just kind of had to stick with it. So I think your best bet, if you don't want to get scammed, is ask to speak to other teachers that have worked there before. So call them up, and they're like, oh, you want to work here? Great, great, great. And be like, yeah, just let me talk to someone that works there or worked there in the past, and so you get a foreign perspective on it. And, hopefully they're honest with you. Yeah. Jesse B says, oh, Prozzy, is it hard finding apartments that are pet-friendly? In Taiwan, I have no idea. In China, it's kind of gray. Like, I've lived in apartments where they're like, well, you can't have pets. I was like, okay, and then I threw Chairman in there, and they never fucking complained. So, yeah, I mean, in China, I don't really know. I think it really depends on how anal your landlord is about it, because it's not like a building management thing usually. It's just like comes down to your landlord. But Chairman is back in China. It's too expensive to get him into Taiwan. And originally, Chairman wasn't even my cat. That was Lucy! What's up? I was just talking to you. The cat is going to stay in China. It's too expensive to bring him to Taiwan. And like I said before, he wasn't originally my cat. He was Simuk and Vivi's cat. But he had a baby Olivia, and in Chinese culture, apparently, if you have a cat while you're pregnant, or if you have a cat and a baby, it's not clean or something. So her family was like, totally, get rid of the cat, and so I got him. But he's a great cat. Turtle, Dick Pound, he's also going to stay there, unfortunately. But, yeah, oh god, now that Lucy's in this group chat, we're just going to see some shit, aren't we? The one thing I do, I appreciate my subscribers and I appreciate all the viewers, but when I made that video with Lucy, I haven't seen, and don't take this offense to guys watching, I haven't seen scum like that in my life. I couldn't believe it. I need another Lucy, because I was just talking about her today, actually, on WeChat. I got more views with Lucy in a video than anyone else, so if anyone knows where I can find a Lucy replacement in Taiwan, let me know, because it's all about the views, But, yeah. There you go. You guys are even rating each other. You're like, scumbag number 1, I'm scumbag number 2. But, yeah, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like, if I'm going to be totally honest here, just to the 326 people that are watching right now, I think that's probably why a lot of people like Where's Poppy and Travel Light are so popular, is because they're girls. And I think they're a little bit easier on the eyes, because I think statistically there's more men on YouTube than women. And I could be totally wrong. Gab says, scum attracts scum, lol. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I attract scum. But I don't know if that's it. But I don't know. But she also has a very PC way of looking at things. Like Where's Poppy? It's very upbeat. It's very happy. It's very clean. It's very chic. It's very her editing is very clean, and I think a lot of people find that easier to watch. Whereas in my videos, as Lucy pointed out today and totally broke my heart, is my editing is pretty rough, and it's because they were low cut tops and on purpose. Skyline Act 83, I kind of agree with you on that. On all their videos, they just have these super low cut tops, and what guy can't? It's just clickbait, basically. But I think my videos are a bit more difficult to get into for a lot of people, especially if you don't say bad words, or if you don't drink, or if you're more of a person that just likes to buy a home and when you're 25 and marry someone and settle down. Like, my videos are not for you. So I sort of feel like maybe that's it. She's just, she's more suitable for a larger population. So, but honestly, I gotta give my hats off to Where's Poppy, though, because she's very successful, and you can't hate on success. That's the thing, you can't be petty. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this one in the next minute, but thank you guys for watching my live stream. I'm probably gonna do more of these in the future, just because, like I said earlier in the stream, I can't edit videos right now. I think I can edit on my phone, I'm not really sure, but because I don't have a computer, I can't edit, so, if my edits are bad enough, Lucy, they're going to get even worse. So, if you guys want to know where I am in Taiwan, I'm in Taipei. Ethan Murray says, "Hey, Prozzy, love the videos from Toronto." Oh, thanks, buddy. Fucking mad love to Toronto, too. God, I really got to go back to Toronto. It's a great city. But yeah, I'm in Taipei. If you guys are asking if I'm going to do a subscriber meetup, I will. I just don't know how many of my subscribers live in Taipei, so it'd be weird if I did this big meetup and no one's there. It's kind of sad. So I think I will put up a on my Facebook page. You guys watch or like my Facebook page. I'll put up a little advertisement a post about a subscriber meetup, so that we can all kind of meet up and go for beers and hang out. But, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay positive as usual. But, again, stay tuned. I'll try and be a little bit more, ahead of my streams. Like this one, I think I posted on Facebook like an hour ago that I'm going to do it, and so I think you guys aren't that prepared, so hopefully, I'll if on Facebook I'll say, "Oh, I'm streaming at this point," and you guys can jump in there. So I'm gonna go to bed. Cheers to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more.